everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I am going to work on a process video. No idea what I'm creating. I don't know where it's going to go, but I wanted to show you how I chose these papers. So this is what I want to work with. I first grabbed this sheet. I wanted to do something that was a little bit more summery. It is the middle of July, so summer would be a fun thing to scrap. And I love this wood grain. This is one of my all-time favorite wood grain papers that has ever been created by Simple Stories. I, however, do not care for this little part, but there's a bonus to that because this back paper I also love. I love this paper. So I've actually already scrapped a layout with this particular piece of pattern paper. I think last year I did, and my goal is to do something a little bit different this year. So last year I had cut it like this, flipped it over, and had the stripes in the middle. It was really kind of fun. I'll make sure to include the photo. I'll split it up right here and include the photo for you so you can see what it looks like. And so this time, or this year, I think my goal is going to be I'm going to cut it this way, and this is going to be the top of my layout, or some part of my layout. And that way I can utilize more of this paper for another layout down the road. So that told me to ignore this. I don't need to worry about the colors in here. Even though they're the same colors up here, I don't really need to focus on that. And that brought me to this piece of paper. So there's orange in it versus yellow, but if I can bring it up close, you may be able to see there's hints of yellow within the orange as well. So I'm playing that off because this also has that fun kind of orange but yellow as well. So the combination of the two I find works really well together. So I really like those two. And then I thought to bring something maybe a little more muted and a little bit softer. This pink matched really well with the pink floral. If you can see that, how well that matches. So that made me bring in this piece that I've used a couple times. I've cut a couple holes and I've used a chunk. And then of course a teal. I didn't want to cut into a new strip of pattern paper because I love teal so much that I never know how I want to use it. But I have this sheet, which is that beautiful words, like the days of the week. But I've used this side, I think, in 2 layouts now, so I feel like it would be okay to highlight a chunk of this in one way. And so what I'll probably do is use either this chunk or this chunk, and then keep the others so I can do one more layout with the days of the week because I really love that paper. But again, it matches really well with that teal that's already in there. And together, I feel like this is a very cohesive 4 pieces of pattern paper that will make a really neat layout. So that is my plan for today, and I'll get you on fast forward and let's see what I can come up with. I'm going to start off here by trying to figure out which set of photos I want to use. So you can see these 3 here, which is all of us, but just in separate photos to kind of highlight us a little better. And then I have this photo of us as a family. It's a selfie I took one evening when Sean got home from work, and I love this photo. It just brings a smile to my face every time I see it. Just so cute and so very much us. And so that made me think that this would be the perfect layout to do my This Is Us video for, or excuse me, not video, but layout for the year. I do one a year and it goes into a family album, but I'll explain that a little bit later on. So I know that I want to use some of these layers, and again, I wasn't really sure how this was going to go together. I just grabbed some papers that I thought looked pretty together and just started playing and layering and to see what I could come up with. I originally really liked the idea of the pop of yellow to kind of help bring out Nora's outfit. She's wearing this cute little yellow outfit. So I have that in there. I have that gray little triangle piece. You can see that I cut rectangle, Christy, that's a rectangle, out in the teal striped. And then I'm also now trying to decide if I should use the pink or if I'm going to play with the wood grain or what I'm going to do. I just really at a loss as to exactly what I want to do. And it just does take me a little bit of time to really figure out how this is going to go. But what I did decide is this pop of pink, if I did another triangle, kind of the opposite of that gray one, would kind of offset that and kind of make some neat layers. I really like to layer and make unique type layers instead of it all being square. So that is going to be my basic layering for my photo. And then I do go back and with my photo itself, excuse me, not my photo itself, with this green piece, I layer a little bit of white on it so that it pops off and you can see the pink a little better. So there you can see I do take the yellow away. It's not really working, just not jiving for me. So the yellow goes away. And I've decided that what I'm going to do is tear a piece of this beautiful wood grain that I'm so in love with. And I'm just using the top. I'm going to highlight that top piece. And the rest of it I'm going to save for another day. And so I'm going to bring in a piece of American Craft white cardstock and try to figure out how this layout is going to come together. I do like the idea of this kind of being a centered photo, which is like my layout yesterday. This layout actually turns out a little, I mean, not exactly similar, but quite similar to the layout from yesterday too. So I don't know if I'm just in a centered type of mood. I have no idea, but it's kind of what happens. And I also know that I want to use this word smile, which is from my stash. So this whole layout was created from my stash using my July stash kit for the most part. I did go through some of my stickers and add a few things from there too. And I liked how that smile just kind of fit perfectly right there. It was the perfect home for it. And we're all happy and smiling, and it really worked there. So that's going to go there. And then instead of highlighting the beautiful floral that I was so in love with and grabbed the paper for to begin with, I flipped it over and really liked the way my photo looked with the pink stripe. So that's going to go well, and that's going to kind of be my basis of that part. I then decide it needs something. I can't just put it on a piece of white cardstock. It's got to have a little bit of mixed media somewhere. But I was a little intimidated to do like the smishing technique or anything like that. So instead, I just grabbed some modeling paste and my Mandarin Mai Tai colorings, which is from Shimmers, and I'm just going to paint some of these beautiful triangles onto my paper. So you know I love this stencil. I use it all the time, and it comes into play here as well, but it's very subtle because all of my papers go on top and it's not quite as noticeable as it would be as if I was just kind of making it more of a focal point. So this is more as not to be a focal point, but just another layer to my whole background as a whole. So I'm going to layer this back on top, and I'm really liking that. And that itself, because it's got yellow, helps pop off the fact that Nora is wearing yellow, and I really, really like the way that looks. I'm going to glue down this smile, and then I'm going to walk away. And this layout took me multiple days because unfortunately having a 3-month-old at home, it's all got to be based around her and what she lets me do. She's very, it's not needy isn't the word, but she's very cuddly and she doesn't like to be put down for very long. So it's hard to scrap sometimes with her. And this weekend was also my birthday, as I've mentioned, so nothing really got done. I kind of just hung out with my family and we celebrated and just spent time as a family. And so scrapping didn't happen. So I end up actually finishing this layout. As you hear me recording this, I'm recording this on Monday and this video is going live on Tuesday. So I finished this whole layout on the Monday itself. She gave me a little bit of time to get this done. And I'm just kind of playing around trying to figure out where I want some layers to go, if I want to add some more pattern paper. Not really loving this idea, and I'm frustrated at this point because this is still that same day and I just don't know what to do. So I'm gonna walk away, come back with the idea of coming back with the original floral that I was so in love with and grabbed the paper for to begin with, and I'm gonna add that as just a couple pieces to put on the top and the bottom. And I love this. So this is how I'm going to incorporate this paper, and it's subtle, but I think it really kind of helps bring off that summer vibe that I was trying to give off, and I think this really helped do that for me. And then I'm also going to add my title right above my photo where it says "This is Us." And then that was it. I mean, Miss Nora just wasn't giving it to me today. I'm actually holding her right now if you can hear her. And so I was scrapbooking one-handed, and that's really hard to record and scrapbook at the same time. So I just went off camera and did all of my final embellishing there, but I'm going to come back live so you can see all of that, and I'll explain to you where my journaling's going and a little bit more about the fact that what this layout is about and how I have actually a couple of them. So hang tight, and again, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you're enjoying this summer series. This is kind of fun to do a video a day. It's a little bit different, and I missed my birthday, so I missed Saturday, but I'm working on it, so I hope you've been enjoying this, guys. Hey guys, so this has been a day of Miss Nora not sleeping. She finally has just gone down, hopefully for a nap longer than 5 minutes. So I wasn't able to do the embellishment part on camera, so I apologize about that. But I just added a little cluster here, and then a little thing that says love is better when we're together. Another heart. I did 3 hearts to kind of represent that. I used a clear, this is meant to be on a photo. This is from the Dear Lizzie, and I just cut it and kind of placed it the way I wanted it to look. Some pieces are sticking up. This is very much an afterthought, so like the like is half of it sticking up, and I'm okay with that. And my journaling is going to go right here, just talking about what we're up to for right now. If you've followed me for a little bit, this is the 3rd layout I've made that is titled This Is Us. I do one every single year to document us within right now, and it goes in a special album. So this is just going to get included in that, and I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I am going to go back in, and I'm going to just trace all of these beautiful, well, I don't know, I'm going to do my journaling first and see what I think about that. If this is a really stark black, I'm going to go back in with this pen and just trace the black of all of these triangles. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow. Bye!